I am the central scrutinizer. It is my job to scrutinize you. Hello. Hello. And hello. This has been a great day. Yeah. This has been a wonderful day. Actually, it hasn't. It's been a weird day, but hey, how's it going? How's it going? What'd it do? What do it do? Do a weed hit? Okay. All right. Fair enough. What's weird about it? I don't know. I couldn't even put a finger on it for you. It's not nothing in particular. No specifics. Just a very incredibly strange day. Like my shirt? Oh yeah, it's a Northern Exposure shirt. Check it out. Dude, I've got cool shirts. You say what you want. I got cool shirts. Let's see. Hey man, I stayed up all night tripping on acid for the first time. Final waves right now. How are you doing, you glorious man, Peach? What it do? Hey man, welcome to the Third Eye Club. I hope you enjoyed having your third eye blown wide open for 12 hours. I know I always do. Ugh. That's crazy because I'm about to trip acid. Damn. Why don't you guys bring over some for me? Let's all do it. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. I like how the last DFF was a DFF on multiple people. Those are always fun. Yeah. Kind of different than your typical episode where we take a look at one person, you know what I mean? And take a deep dive, trying to get a little nugget of a bunch of other people. I love you too, baby. Ashley on her break. What's my age? Ancient. As old as the hills. As old as the wind that blows. The forest that it blows through. It's midnight and I'm drinking vodka. You read any books lately? No. Oh, you're closing today, huh? Damn, girl. That sucks. Have you read the new? No, I haven't read the new Stephen King book. I haven't read a Stephen King novel in a while. I haven't read his last 3 or 4 books, I don't think. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Sabrina, you got a good point. I also have a lot of very strange days, so I guess it's not so strange anymore. My life is just a series of strange days now, which is cool. I think that's kind of how I've always wanted it. You know? People are acting like Trump's end has come. What's Trump? Like Trump's end has come. Is it true? People are acting like Trump's end has come. I won't go so far as to say his end has come because I don't want to be one of those people that's being like, yep, it's happening for sure. He's going down. And then he doesn't. Just like, I was, quote, you could quote me as saying like, Trump's got no chance of winning the election. Trump's got no chance of doing anything in the election. I just don't want that. But I will tell you this. this investigation is a serious deal. Like, no matter how many people want to tell you that it's a nothing burger, when you're talking about a special prosecutor running a federal investigation and people in your orbit are going down left and right, and that prosecutor has asked you to come and talk to him and you've declined a bunch of times and shit, you know what I mean? Like, anybody that wouldn't be worried in that scenario is a retarded person. All right? Like, think if that was on you. Would you just be like, no? No. How do I stop procrastinating? Why would you want to do that? I'm an advocate of procrastination. You come to the wrong guy for that. Procrastination has fueled many a brilliant idea in my head. You know, procrastination is sometimes necessary. It's a mislabeled pejorative in our culture. You know, procrastinate is considered to be a negative word when it really isn't. Procrastination is just fine. Can I beat up your brother? Oh, I saw your tweet. Dude, if you want, I'll come over there and kick his fucking faggoty little ass for you if he needs it. Sounds like he really needs it. So what I'll do is I'm not gonna bust into your house or anything, trust me. It'll be fine. I'll just wait in the bushes or something. You let me know like when he's gonna leave in the evening time, when he's gonna go out. I'll wait in the bushes, and when he comes out, I'll grab him by the scruff of his neck and take him around the side of the fucking house. And I'll push him up against the fucking wall, and I'll say, so you like to punch Brianna while she's watching TV? You think it's funny, huh? I think it's hilarious. And if he's stupid enough to say, yeah to me, then, you know, I'll beat the shit out of him. How's that? That sound like a plan? You just go get a boyfriend. Step 1, acquire boyfriend. Step 2, have boyfriend kick the living shit out of your snot-nosed fucking brother, man. Fuck that shit. Why don't you kick the shit out of him? See what happens if you wallop him one. You know what I mean? Grab a fucking frying pan and just tink. See what happens. Give him the SWAT. Give him the SWAT. Well, from what she described, it didn't sound like playful anything. Tore your shirt off? Call the cops. I'm dead serious. That's assault. Like, it doesn't matter if your parents don't want to enforce it. Call the fucking cops. Like, seriously, that's dangerous shit. Like, if you tore your fucking shirt off, like, yeah, just call the police. Like, literally, right now. Stop watching this and call the cops and file a report and tell them what happened to you yesterday. Like, that'll stop what's going on. Don't. Why not? She was assaulted. She was assaulted, and well, I mean, if that's a possibility, if moving out is a possibility, but don't take another one of these fucking incidents. I'm saying, like, if you can safely get out of there, that's fine, but if you think there's a good chance that he's gonna come busting in and tear another piece of your clothes off or beat you again, then you need to call the cops and have them come take him to jail. Yeah, start recording this shit when it happens. Pull out your fucking camera phone and start recording what he does to you. And then as soon as you've got anything like him tearing your fucking shirt off or punching you repeatedly on the phone, you go to the cops and have his fucking sociopathic ass arrested and put in jail so that somebody can beat on his fucking ass in there. Yeah, dude. Oh, Jimmy Gonzano. Now, Jimmy Gonzano I know could take care of the business, but that Johnny Bonini, don't even get me started. His dad, Fredo Bonini, I don't know if you ever met that guy, but a pussy was never bigger than him. I don't trust these Boninis as far as you could pick them up and throw them. My grandfather came over from the boat with a Bonini. They tried to stab him in the back. Do you know this? Not a direct relative of the Bonini we're talking about. Another Bonini. You see what I'm saying? The bad fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, my friend. Pedos and women beaters aren't treated well in jail. Dude, like fuckboys aren't treated well in jail. That's what it comes down to. Like anybody that isn't really genuinely willing to walk up to a man and just try and smash his fucking face in isn't treated well in jail. And a dude that is beating up on his sister and shit, not gonna do well. But I'm telling you, dude, like honestly, it's dangerous. It's like if there's a precedent in your household that your brother can physically assault you and your parents do nothing about it, you need to call the police if it happens again. And that's it. Period. Yeah. That type of shit ramps up. And that's borderline, like him tearing your shirt off and shit is all like borderline sexual assault at that point. You know what I mean? Like that's a whole different thing. So, yeah. You're ugly. Thank you. I know. Thanks for the reminder, though. Whoa. Big ass dragonfly, man. Fuck. Like one of those prehistoric motherfuckers just at the wall over there. Yeah, seriously, like, I don't know. Just try and, get out of there as quick as you can if that's your plan. And if it happens again, I'm dead serious. You need to call the police. Like, you want somebody else to do it, I'll call the police. I don't give a shit. But it should be you. Again, do it now, whatever. I mean, like, look, dude. You're not in the situation. You don't know the particulars. You don't know the ins and outs. So, you can't. I'm giving my advice, but you don't gotta take it. Start learning jujitsu and judo and throw him on his head. Yeah, that would work one way. Just learn fucking Brazilian jiu-jitsu and shit, and just get him on the floor and put him in an arm bar and ask him if he wants to punch you again. And if he says yes, break his fucking arm. See if he wants to punch you after he gets back from the hospital. And if he does, break his other fucking arm and send him there again. That would work. But yeah, advice is all we can do, Like, we don't know the particulars of the situation. We only know one side of it. But yeah, I don't like a Highdeology denizen being in danger and shit. That doesn't sit right with me, so here's hoping that she can get the fuck out of there before anything else happens. She's 5 foot nothing. Jiu-jitsu is not gonna help. You don't know that. You're saying like a really, really short master of jiu-jitsu couldn't beat somebody's ass that was bigger than them, that had no fight training at all? Isn't that what jiu-jitsu is kind of designed to be, an equalizer in a fight? Just saying. She's gonna become a master. Well, yeah, dude. That's what you gotta do. You gotta become a master. A master debater. Whoa, okay. We've achieved high. Don't listen to Paul. She just needs to come in with a glass bottle and end it before it starts. Yeah, dude, escalate it, because that's gonna solve it. Escalate it. A small woman just needs to learn how to falcon punch someone in the twin bells. Yeah, dude, punch him in the balls. Just kick him as hard as you can right in the fucking balls. And if he comes after you again, fucking go for it again. I don't know, dude. That's just dangerous shit. Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's just dangerous stuff. You shouldn't be getting beaten on. I hate that shit. You need somebody to tune him up, man. Like, honestly, all this talk about cops and stuff is for your safety. What he really needs is somebody to tune his ass up. Like, that's really what's going to solve this problem. Is your dad, I don't know why it doesn't do anything about it, but if your dad, for example, were to grab him by his fucking chest and push him up against the wall and slap him around a little bit and ask him how he liked it, I think that the idea would get across much better and much simpler that way. But oh, your dad's in prison? Well, that's not going to help. Yeah, you just got to get out then. But I'm just saying, like, I know there's probably an absence of this possibility in your life, but that's what that dude really needs. Sure, violence is definitely the answer. I didn't say that violence is always the answer, but to say that violence is never the answer to a problem is just retarded. Sometimes a dude like that likes picking on somebody that's smaller and weaker and incapable of defending themselves needs to be beaten the fuck out of by somebody that does the exact same thing to them. It's the only, like, for some people, it's the only thing that speaks to them. You send them to prison a million times, they'll still keep coming home and stomping on their wife, but you get a big dude looking over them after having just beat the fuck out of them and telling them to stop, they stop. Why is that? You know what I mean? There's just some people in this world, most of them bullies, that like to physically domineer on other people, that the only language they speak is violence. So putting them in prison is one kind of violence, but I don't think it teaches them any lessons other than how to be a better criminal when they come out. You know what teaches them a lesson? Having some bigger dude than them that's way more capable than them just ragdoll them for a minute, get them all winded and busted up a little bit, and then have a talk with them about how they need to stop beating women. That's how it stops. Have that guy drive by once a week and give him a look as he mows his lawn. Like, drive by. That's the only thing that speaks to some of these fucking people whose language is violence. Technically, violence solves everything. I think you're making kind of a broad philosophical statement there that's going to require a lot of defense. Violence, so does violence solve violence? You said everything. Not a self-refuting concept. Violence works on people who only know violence. Just look at Lenin. Well, yeah, I mean, like, a lot of our military campaigns have been based on that precept, but yet, you know, if I say something like some guys just need to be tuned up, I'm somehow violating some kind of social compact thing. It's just true. There are little dudes out there, a lot of them got inferiority complexes, and they seek, in order to feed that inferiority complex in themselves, which is the fault of, as adults, nobody but them, they find a weaker person and physically beat them. They domineer them, they smack them around a little bit, they throw them around, they rip their shirts off and stuff. And the only, like, you can tell that guy to stop a million times. Slap him on the wrist, call the cops, do whatever you want to do. When he gets out, he's just going to do it more. The only way he's going to stop is if a dude that's like a mountain walks in and stomps a mud hole in him. It's not even little man syndrome, because big dudes do this shit too. They just need somebody that knows how to fight to come tune them up. You were right on the argument with TJ. Oh, don't even get me started on that. I'm still salty as fuck about that argument. It's not even like I'm not salty at TJ. I'm salty about his argument. Like, I feel like I could have gone on and on for another hour or two in that argument. I feel like if we had, maybe we would have reached some level where we understood what we were talking about, but I mean, the amount of times that words got put in my mouth last night is fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't know. That argument was crazy for me. Because, you know, I can usually get the idea when TJ's kayfabing an argument or stoking the fires of my salt, you know what I mean? But he was genuinely taking a position. And whatever, say what you want. I don't feel like he defended it all that well. It was a fun argument, though. Yeah, the Me Too argument. Up on the channel, on the DFF channel. I mean, I understand, like if I were advocating that he should have been hauled off to prison or something for what he did, I totally get that kind of, like, at least that angle of response of, like, trying to minimize it. But to totally, like, misunderstand, like, the entire dynamic of a boss-employee relationship or a totem pole dynamic when it comes to an industry where there is no boss. Like, if this person can advance your career and present you with his dick, you know what I mean? That's not the same social situation as you just pulling your dick out on the street or walking up to somebody and asking, hey, can I just pull my crank out on you? It's not. There's an element of, like, you are in a position over that person and you're asking them a favor that you're hoping they'll do for you, probably not based on the fact that you're attractive, but based on the fact that you're in a position above them. Like, that's one of the things we didn't get to in the argument is, what do you think Louis' intent is in not doing this to fans, but instead doing it to other comedians, other people that he works with? Like, why is it these other women that are beneath him on the totem pole, whose careers he could elevate, that come out and say he's doing this weird wangling to them? No fans, right? Because they were there. Fans are there. You saying there are more co-female comedians out there than there are female fans at a Louis C.K. show? I think you're being obtuse, my friend. I think the reason, and I think it's obvious, the reason that Louis C.K. does this to fellow comedians is because he knows that he's top dog comedian, and they know that he could do things for their career. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't matter, though. That doesn't matter. It's okay, because they can just quit. Yeah, they can quit and risk being smeared all over the industry. Just absolutely just smeared, have their name smeared, and have to pick a totally different fucking vocation. A guy like Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein is nobody's boss until they sign a contract with him. Yet all these women that he did this to, a lot of them weren't under contract with him. Because he's powerful, because he can help your career, and you know it. So when he pulls his dick out, you have a moment of, like, not only, God, if I do this, I could make a bunch of money, but if I don't do this, I could never make money in this town again. If I tell him no, he might get offended and blackball me and just send my fucking headshots to every producer in town and say, don't hire this fuck, and then what? How's that fair? How's that fair leverage in a social engagement? You tell me. You tell me. Just doesn't make sense, dude. It just utterly does not make sense. Weinstein is a pig. Life isn't fair. You gotta suck some cocoa to get ahead. There's definitely a difference between that and someone who's not in a position of power. Of course there is. That's what we're talking about. Life isn't fair or unfair. Yeah, that's what our system of justice is for. To try and balance out that fairness with a system that we've all agreed upon. We've all made a social compact to live together under certain rules. What do you think that's in pursuit of? That's in pursuit of fair resolution of conflict, dipshit. God, man, do you even think before you type something stupid like that? The monkey. Go take your paws into somebody else's fucking room and work on your fucking shtick. Come back when you got opposable thumbs and are ready to make a fucking grown-up big boy argument. Similar to Catholic priests. I mean, I got exactly. That's another power. Like the reason why it's so reprehensible for a priest to prey on a child, more reprehensible even than just somebody snatching them off the street, is that priest cajoled that child into letting them do that because they had power over them. But you see, you're saying not really, that's children, but it was alleged last night that this whole power dynamic thing was wrong. But then why is it wrong for people to rape children then? Why is it wrong to fuck kids? It's because there's a power dynamic there that is easily exploited. Because an adult is in a better position than a child is and can cajole and manipulate that child using things that are outside of that child's control. That's why it's wrong. That's why we say no. You don't get to bang kids. That's why. Because they can't consent. They can't make informed consent. They're in a position of compromised consent. I'm alleging that people in positions of power have placed people under them in a position of compromised consent when they make the implication that they want them to do something to them sexually. Even if they don't say you'll be fired because of it. The implication hangs over that interaction because it's a boss doing something, exploiting his bossness to do something that's outside of any kind of business. This is not business anymore. This is me wanting to get my dick sucked so that your business life gets better. It's 100% wrong. Now, I'm not saying once again that it's a federal beef or something, but it ought to be considered to be wrong. If a boss does that, the company he works for should fire him. Just like if a Catholic priest touches one of these kids, he should be defrocked and immediately sent to jail. Why does he just get moved? Because he's wearing a cassock, he gets moved? You see what I'm saying? At what age do you think a person is capable of consent? I think our laws are pretty good where they're at. I don't think you're going to find that magic age for every individual, but I think sitting it at like 18 is pretty decent. It seems to make sense. It's when society considers you a full adult, like you're treated as an adult the day you turn 18. You're no longer considered to be a child, you're an adult. Like in terms of a lot of different things. So 16 in most states. I didn't know that, but I mean, if that's the case, then that's fine, I guess. I mean, the idea of like banging a 16-year-old would just be weird at this point. I've have literally nothing in common with a 16-year-old. You know what I mean? But okay, I guess it's fine. I mean, I like I said, I think our rules, like, you're not going to find that perfect, this is the age where I'm capable of making informed consent, because that line it's not a dot on a line, it's a sliding scale for every individual. So we got to take a stab at it, right? We got to say, like, here's the median age. Like, and if 16 or 18 is what that is landed on in most states, then I think that's fine. This proves we're all apes still. We separate ourselves, but we can barely coexist after thousands of years. We need more time, but I don't have much hope. Well, whatever. I don't have any hope, so I guess we're not too far apart in our positions. Part of informed, enthusiastic consent is not feeling any sort of career or livelihood pressure. Exactly. I mean, that's just, I don't understand why. I don't know, man. Maybe TJ hasn't worked for a lot of people. And, you know, I'm not trying to point a finger and say, ha. I'm just saying maybe that informs his position on this. He hasn't been an underling a whole lot. I have. I've been an underling my whole life. Till this job, I've never been a co-owner or a co-operator of any business. I've always been somebody's underling. Maybe TJ should be somebody's underling for a while and see his career advancement through the gate of one human being. This is the human being that can bring me up, and so I can make more money, and then have that person try something like that with him. I don't know. Like, I really don't understand, because the TJ I know doesn't make that argument. You know what I mean? The TJ that I've come to know doesn't make the argument he made last night. Not in a serious way. And maybe he was trolling and I just didn't detect it, but I don't think so. I think that was a genuine argument. And if it was a pretty obtuse one. I'm not pissed at TJ on a personal level. I'm pissed that he made that argument. I'm pissed that that argument, I feel like, didn't get resolved, and I'm sitting here still stewing about it. But that's me. That's a personality flaw of mine. I can't let shit go. If I have an argument with Ashley and it starts to get heated and she doesn't, neither one of us want a yelling match. So she goes, I want to stop this. I'm going to walk away. I want you to walk away. We'll talk later. Right? I can't just switch it off. So I go, oh, all right. You know what I mean? And I leave the room because I know I'm not going to be able to actually stop unless I leave. And I just fume about it and 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 fume about it. And then I go to sleep and I wake up and I fume about it and I fume about it. And I at least use that intervening time to prepare myself to react way more calmly and to not allow it to be a screaming match. So that works. But in terms of like the anger I feel at feeling like somebody was wrong in an argument, that doesn't go away. Like, that's just a personality flaw of mine. I just absolutely can't let it go. If I feel like an argument didn't come to its conclusion, I can't let it go. And last night it was time to end the show. I mean, I don't think TJ did it to piss me off or anything, but it was just like the argument had to abruptly end. And then, it just didn't, as you would expect, because it's a show, it didn't continue off air. You know what I mean? Because why would it? We just did a show. We're trying to all wind down and, meet one about the little things that we've got to do and start our weekend. You know what I mean? Get home. It was late because it was a long show. It just didn't happen. And I'm just stewing all the way home though. Stewing all night last night. Playing Monster Hunter and getting extra salty because I don't really want to be playing Monster Hunter. I want to be, you know what I mean? The giant flame-breathing T-Rex beast that I want to be lancing is TJ and his argument. So I'm lancing a big fucking T-Rex last night. And then when it, turns around to bite me, I'm just feeling that same salty buildup of rage that I feel at, like, an argument not coming to its logical conclusion. I'm just... But see, this is me. I've come to realize as I've gotten older and I've gone through years and years of therapy that this expectation that I place on other people that every argument has to come to some logical conclusion, as if that's not subjective based on the person in the argument. You know what I mean? Exactly. That's Ake or Ake or however you say your shit. You're absolutely right. It took me a long time to realize that, though. And that helps me eventually, I blow out, it leaks out. There's a little pressure release and it eventually just kind of goes away and gets filed away in a memory bank or somewhere, But it takes a while. It takes a long time. But I have to stop. Like, the old Paul Zigo would have called TJ later that night because I know he was up. You know what I mean? Like at 2 in the morning when I was still fucking fuming about this last night. I would have called him. I would have picked him up. I mean, like, TJ, we need to fucking hash this out, dude. I don't even care, dude. Let me get on fucking Discord or whatever. Let's get a private call going. Cause like, yeah. We got to get, you know what I mean? That would have been me, like 5 or 6 years ago, because I can't stand it. I can't, you know what I mean? But I've gotten better. I've gotten better at allowing other people to walk away. I've gotten better at allowing other people to define the terms of the argument, because they've got just as much a right as I do. And I know I'm argumentative, and I know when I get argumentative, I'm a pit bull. So I've learned to let go and like let things, come to no resolution if that's what needs to happen. Thanks, Tyler. That's a soul-crushing comment. It's nice. It'd be nice to see a resolution to this argument. Well, you know what I mean. I don't think you're gonna get any kind of resolution out of it. See, I don't get nervous at all. I feel like I'm alive, like really genuinely alive during an argument. I don't get, yeah, I don't get nervous about arguing with people. Dinore, do you want the people to see your new haircut, though? Let me show you guys something, dude. Let me show you guys some shit. Is this not the cutest, dopiest, dorkiest looking thing you've ever seen? You ready? 1, 2, 3, Dinor. Look at this haircut he got, dude. Chelsea groomed him yesterday, gave him his summer cut, which he was supposed to get before the house burned down. Huh. Yeah, you were supposed to get a haircut before the house burned down, but then that happened and stuff got crazy, huh? It got crazy. But he got his summer cut. He got a summer cut. It's like a little gentleman, isn't he? Like a little gent. Like a little gentleman. Oh, a sweet little gentleman he is. He's so happy. He's so happy. It's nice, huh? You feel so clean. You smell good. Oh, yeah, you still smell good. Got all the eye crusties off of your eyes, or most of them. Yeah, dude. Looking like a straight gentleman. He looks like Repsian. Did you hear what he said? You look like Repsian. What the fuck, dude? You want to go inside? Go. Go in. Go. Go. Fuck it. Go. Yeesh. Oh. Isn't that how it's supposed to be? Repsian? It's not Mr. Rep Zion, is it? It's Repsian. So how's the weather? Hot and sticky. Pretty gross. I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan of it. Like, I don't know how long I'll be able to put up with it, honestly. I'm starting to get swampy here. Like, the swampiness is setting in. We really just need a storm to blow through. It's been a couple of days since we've had some significant, like, rain and thunder and shit. And it's been kind of still. Like, the air, there's no wind, so the air is just kind of sitting over us. I don't know what they call that, like a high pressure area or whatever the fuck, sitting right over us. So most of the significant weather is just going around us. Thinking about setting up a little hamster cam for you guys for when I get everything finalized over here and start sit down at the computer Highdeologies again. I'm thinking about getting a hamster cam that I can switch to so you guys can watch what Posty gets up to at night. You guys can have a gander at Posty as he goes on about his business at night. It's chilly and autumny in Sweden. Oh man, that'd be nice. Well, it'll be like that in a couple of months here, and it'll start slowly but surely cooling down after this month is over. It'll, slowly but surely start. Do you like moving a lot, or does it just happen? I don't really like it. I don't like the physical act of moving, but I do like moving around a lot. I don't feel like I'm the type of person that is ever really going to set down roots somewhere. Now that might be different. That might change, but I don't know that I'm going to be happy setting down roots anywhere. If I have the ability to travel around, I don't have kids. I'm not ever going to have kids. So yeah, I'm a free spirit. I blow where the wind blows me. I got the wanderlust, man. I think I inherited it from my dad. My dad, like, when he retired, he immediately, like, he took his entire retirement. He had a pretty significant, like, retirement. He worked for a corporation for a very long time, so he had a long, you know, a decent chunk of money. He bought one of those big, nice, like, tour bus style mobile homes. You have to have a special license to drive because they're basically a truck. And he just started like driving all over the country in Canada and Alaska and down into Mexico, and just he goes wherever the fuck he wants. And I used to think he was crazy for doing that. You know, I used to be like, oh man, what a weird life to live. But as I've turned into an adult, I'm pursuing the same thing, chasing the same, you know, kind of life. So yeah, I don't really want roots. I don't know. I feel like I've got roots if I need them. They're in California. That's where my family's at. That's where my real genuine roots are. That's where I grew up. So if I need a place where I've got roots, I can always go back to that place. That place is a place where everybody will know me from, you know, there won't be a time in my life where I can't go to that town and somebody won't know me. You know, I won't have some family or friend in that place. So that's where my roots are, I guess. But as far as like how often do I, about once a year. It's been on average about once a year. Um, I'd like this year to visit a few more times. I'd like to go home a couple times a year if I can swing it. And this year I'm really trying to swing it. I'm really trying to I'm really trying to get together enough like discretionary income that I can take a trip to California with Ashley, just me and her, and stay with my mom for a couple of days, and then maybe rent a car and go to Pismo, stay there for a couple of days, and then I'd like to drive up to LA and get a tattoo done. I've got a couple of tat ideas that need to happen, so I'm tired of waiting. You are your father, huh? Maybe. Yeah, you can come puke on my floor, bro. Anytime. Ever thought of going to where your ancestors lived? Would love to do that one day. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I got my plutonium. I got it. You guys want to see it? Hold on. I'll be right back. Give me a sec. I'm gonna pack a bowl and grab some plutonium. You know. Go. Come on out here and chill if you want. You don't have to chill. That's the caveat here. Yeah. All right. See it in there? That, my friends, is raw plutonium ore. Yep. Given to me at the meetup. A piece of dirt. Oh, okay. Radioactive. Yeah, it's a low-level alpha wave emitter. but it doesn't put off. It's not actually not illegal to own plutonium ore because it's a rock you can pick up off the ground, especially like this much. But pretty neat, huh? Plutonium. Now I can start my. That's what he said. Is he gave it to me? He said, "You start your collection so you can bring on the nukes." And I was like, "What?" And he handed it to me, and I'm looking at it, and he's like, "That's plutonium." I was like, "No, it isn't." It's like, "Yes, it is. I'm a scientist, and here's another piece, and it's a low." Started explaining all the shit to me, and I was like, "Oh." Already cancer, might as well, yeah. Yeah, the glass blocks like 90%. He was telling me it's in this really thick little glass specimen vial because the glass blocks literally like 98% of the alpha waves coming off of this little piece of plutonium here. But even if I pulled it out and just held it in my hand, it wouldn't be a damaging thing to have around. Just doesn't put off enough to be above background. Paul's getting more radiation. Yeah, exactly. What if it gives you cancer? I'm way more likely to get cancer from the sun that I'm indirectly in right now than that. Smoke it? Yeah, maybe I will. I wonder, since bananas give off radiation, how many bananas would it take to make a nuke? Probably a bunch of bananas. Like, no pun intended, but I'll take it. What? What if it actually is the person's plastified blood or some weird thing? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. You can't, you guys can't see it really. Maybe it is, but even if it is, I still think that's kind of cool that some dude had some weird fetish and gave me this thing that he knew I'd hold on to, but it's like some blood that he wants me to have so he can put a hex on me. I still think that's cool. I've always wanted to be the victim of a hex, so I'm fine with that eventuality too. The only thing I hope that it isn't is, like some kind of alien organism that's gonna escape one night and infect me. Dude, you think I could do like a clickbait video and smoke it? Be like, OMG, dude literally smokes plutonium. WTF? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. And then make like a thumbnail of myself like this, like, you know what I mean? And then I do it. I'd probably get like 1 billion views, dude. The only time YouTube's ads would work, yeah, me doing something incredibly inadvisable like smoking plutonium. What a life. Yeah, you gotta cough to get off, Jeremy. How old were you when your beard became worthy enough to be called a beard? I was in my 30s, my early 30s, 31. I'd say was the year that I first realized that I had finally been granted by Zeus, Odin, and Poseidon, the Lord of Beards, the ability to grow a beard. What if plutonium gets you super high? It probably doesn't. It probably just fucks your lungs up. Do you have low testosterone? No. And I can say that with some authority because I had a real spate of tests to do with my fertility because my ex-wife and I were trying to conceive. So that's one of the first things that they check when they find out that your sperm is fucked up, is what's your T levels. And mine were fine. Mine were at the low end, I guess, of acceptable. So I guess I've got lower T, but I don't have official diagnosed low T. I'm in the yellow zone, you know what I mean? So that was ruled out as a catalyst for my infertility. I wonder what your life would be like if you had kids. I don't. I don't. Because that's just an invitation to thinking about bad stuff. I just wouldn't be a good parent. Like I'm good around kids because I enjoyed talking to them on a human level, but then I like their parents to take them away. You know what I mean? If I was responsible 24/7, 365 for the well-being and welfare of a child, I mean, no. Just searched it up and came across a paper towards the banana bomb. Bananas as an alternative to conventional nuclear weapons. Are you kidding me, dude? A banana bomb? That's awesome. What if you could clone yourself and raise the clone? Ooh, no. No, I know me. I know me a little bit better than anybody else in the world knows me. And I'm a total, I wouldn't want to live around me. Anybody that lives around me is subject to a bunch of just bullshit. I'm just not a nice person when it comes to that. I don't say I'm not a nice person. I'm just moody, I guess, is the way to put it. Moody. Is that how you put it? Dude, look at this. Oh, man. The glisten of the swamp has descended upon my face. Oh, and then there's a little breeze that blows through, too. Ooh, that felt good. What's the last thing you ate? Paul, the last thing you ate is your superpower. What is it? What is the last thing I ate? Like a cheese stick? Like a mozzarella cheese stick? Like, not a deep fried one, but just like a, string cheese. I'm string cheese. So what, I can peel parts of my body off and eat them? That's my power? What? Eat the plutonium. Eat the plutonium. Yeah, dude, the wind carries my deliciously nice, clean beard oil scent all over the neighborhood. I put nothing but good smells out into the world, man. That's what I'm here to do. Put out the good smells. The hair right below your lip is blonde. Yeah. The soul patch is what that's called. And yes, it is very blonde. I have a lot of different hair colors going on. There's red in there, there's brown and blonde, and a lot of gray starting over here, so silver. A lot of hair colors going on here. But blonde is one of them. Man, it's so warm. It's muggy. Ugh. I know, like. No, you. Can't wait for Silver Fox, Paul. Yeah, dude. Me too. I wish I could just and do it. I'm ready now. I'm ready. I was born ready. But if I follow the trajectory that my dad has followed in terms of him going gray, it'll happen, I don't know, about midway through my 40s. About 45, I'll really start to be mostly gray. So it'll just keep getting worse over the years. Salt and pepper. Just diet? Hell no. How'd I do that? Hairline's good, yeah, I guess so. But Paul, I wish I could be a girl. Go out and be a girl then. I mean, there's no time like the present. That's especially true if you're a dude that just wants to be a girl. Like, there's never been a better time in the history of humanity for you to come out and do that. So, what are you waiting for? Let trap you escape. Become the girl that you feel like you are inside. Do you want to be a girl or a trap? What? Dude, it's way too warm to have this conversation out here, isn't it? Ugh. Literal beads. Literal beads. You're a 34-year-old chick with gray all over already. It happens, man. Premature graying. It's a thing. You wish you were dead. I'm sorry. How much would someone have to pay you to be a trap? Me? I don't know. Make an offer, I guess. Would you rather be a girl or a trap? George Jones is all right. I'm done. I can't have this conversation. As soon as the trap shit starts, it's like the whole fucking shit goes to shit. So thanks for coming. See you guys later. Bye.